Know when to
And
start.
I'm starting recording, so you can go ahead
Okay,
and start
there
Mixer
we go.
whenever you want, Robert.
Awesome.
Um,
Thank you, Robert.
okay, so,
That reminds me, Robert, I'm going to post something in the Roll20 thing so that
uh-huh,
you have it because I was actually asked by somebody some questions that I didn't know the answer to.
okay,
So
what's
Robert
that?
Gray, no, someone wanted when the last time we did the Mixer thing and when Robert Gray was doing giveaway, I
Yeah.
posted to my Instagram and a bunch of the kind of geeky wow type people that I follow were like, "Ooh, what's this? What's that? What's this?" And because I don't know what else you stream, I was just going to put like, I don't know, I'll steal a picture out of your Mixer feed and
Um,
post it on my Instagram with the information because then they'll grab it and go do what they want
here,
with it.
here, if you want to explain to them the games that I play, I've done Elder Scroll Online. I've done horror games like DayZ and some of
Well,
the
I
X.
just figured if you could make me like a graphic of your channel and even just drop it in the Guardians chat that we have in Facebook, then I'll pull that out and put it on my Instagram and tag you on it.
Yeah.
But that way they know what to follow and where. Because, us gamers are weirdos and we like to follow people that other people
Well,
we
if
know.
I get to 2,000 followers, like if you guys want to throw this all in, I'll give it for everybody. When I get to 2,000 followers, I'm going to give away a game.
Hey, nice. Okay.
Cool.
And see, that's exactly the sort of thing that gets followers to come follow you because, they want to. But anyway, okay. So I just remembered when he said he was starting at Mixer that I wanted to do that because it's a big deal to have more followers and the whole like 10 geeky people that I'm friends with and that follow me online would be 10 more. So,
Cool.
okay. Now we were almost to, but not quite to the one town we were going to.
Yes, you
Had we
had,
had a long rest?
yes, you took a long rest in the, um,
So I am still Julienne because Jules went to sleep
yes,
and Julian woke up and I'm still me. Okay.
yes, um,
Just need to know who to open. And
yeah,
there's a discrepancy between my two characters. I was being sarcastic, but I realized I didn't specify. Uh, One of them gained 6 and one of them only gained 4 hit points.
okay.
I'm willing to split the difference if you want to correct them
Um,
both to the
the
same
way,
number.
the way I see it, if you want to go ahead and just manually enter the same as Julian,
Okay.
I'm gonna keep their hit points consistent.
As
I'll just have you,
Julian's because he's
yeah,
the main. Okay.
I'll have you roll Julian's dice as the main set, and then you can just
Okay.
manually enter whatever Jules is
Yeah, I was
to
being
match
sarcastic
Julian.
when I said, "Oh, look, they match,"
Yeah,
because they didn't. One got 6 and one got 4. And so I wasn't sure if you wanted me to just give both of them
no,
only 5 or how you
no.
wanted me to fix
As
it.
far as hit points go, they'll both be the same.
Okay. So
So
Julian does the rolling and Jules takes
just
advantage
matches it. Just matches it. Yeah.
of it. What the hell is
Okay.
going on? Okay. All right, I'm ready.
Okay. So where we left off,
Sheet is weird.
um, in shit. Now I've gone and forgotten the name of that town you guys were fighting in.
I just accidentally
Boy,
clicked off.
I
I'm
am
coming
just
back
all
in.
over the place here today. Um,
I think we all are. We were all excited to have Joseph join us. And then he was all excited. And then his router got eaten.
yeah. Um, and you know what? It doesn't look like I actually gave that town a name. So let's go ahead and do that now. I will call it.
Who is Wise Zariel?
Headtown.
That's me.
Zombie Town.
Oh,
You know
you
what? I'm
changed.
not picky. I will just call it Hickburg.
Yes, because I'm streaming this on my channel. So when people come
So
in
that
and
way
try
they
to
can tell who they are. Yeah, yeah.
yes, this way they see my gamer tag and
I'm
all
just a
that stuff.
spaz. I'm just a spaz. It's all good.
I've had this like that for like probably a month and a half, 2 months.
I usually have my screen shifted in a way that's awkward, but I accidentally reset the resolution that my whole thing is at and
Uh,
messed up everything, every game I play, everything. And I haven't got it all corrected yet.
Okay, now square one. You
Mm.
guys fought a very hard fought and grueling battle with some rather tricky undead in the coastal town of Hickburg. on the Castellan Sea. And from there, you traveled a little northeast along the coast up and came across the town of Iella. You did notice some activity, unlike Hickburg, which was completely, no pun intended, dead.
Yeah, but
Iella appears to have some activity left in it. You see smoke coming from chimneys. You can see some motion and work going on around the city's kind of primitive fence or wall. It's kind of like an old west wooden fort kind of thing. Nothing too extravagant, just a bunch of wooden poles surrounding the town. The number of fishing nets and drying racks lend you to believe that this is also another small fishing town. And
do we see enough activity to feel secure?
Have we seen any living people?
Yes, you can definitely see some activity going on in and out of the walls and in and out of the gate.
Dead.
Not just shambling dead, people carrying packs and bags and hauling carts and stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
stuff
definitely,
zombies don't do, like work.
I'll have each of you. I'll have you guys roll a group perception check.
All right. And
There's one success.
give me a second. There we go.
Oh.
It's clicked. We're waiting for it to read it. There you go. Nope.
Need one from
Julian
Thargus.
knows not a much.
I rolled.
Right. And Thargus rolls an 18.
Sean
Which
owns the town now.
well, that was Gordon.
Oh.
Um,
Okay, Gordon owns the town.
Gordon basically.
Gordon sees all.
Gordon
Gordon
sees
knows
everything.
all. But Gordon doesn't have the language to convey what he saw.
No, but you can interpret what he's seeing, Sean.
Yep.
So, he gives you the clarity. Everyone can kind of notice this, but through Gordon's eyes, Gabrian gets the better gist of it. Gabrian, you notice this. There is activity, living activity within the town, but for a town this size, you think it should be a lot more. This is a town that looks like it could house or populate roughly around maybe 200 people, but you're barely seeing maybe half of that throughout this town.
Oh, okay.
It's very, very light, and even the people wandering around look very disheveled and morose, very melancholy. It just has a really lazy kind of lacking in any kind of personality or life, I guess you could say.
Do the people seem like they're under a spell, or that they're milling about under the control of another party?
For that, I will have you roll another perception check from Gordon.
Come on, Gordo. Yeah.
No, you really can't tell. As far as you can tell, it just looks like the best way you could describe it is this just looks like a town that's it's seen some shit.
Yeah. So I'm wondering if we go into town, we might want to play it down that we're like adventurers and all that. How can we slip in without necessarily drawing that much attention? I think there's something wrong with this town. It may even be the same thing that hit Hickburg, but is in the early stages of kind of manifesting,
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, Hickburg, not Lickburg.
We're coming in on the road, yes.
Yes.
Yep.
And basically, to give you an idea, the road kind of the road in red is basically in red. It kind of forks here, and part of it goes over to Iella, and then it forks again, going off into Lickburg.
Okay.
Going towards Lickburg that way.
Okay.
So we're not going too far away.
We're at the next town we're going to come to is Lickburg, which was our destination.
Yeah.
We're still along the sea. I want to do some investigating along the road before we get into town.
Okay.
Just and maybe like in the edges of the woods, around the road as we're going into town just to see if there's does it look like there's been a mass exodus, or is there any weirdness going on with, like, what's the wildlife situation? Has everything fled the woods and it's completely fucking silent and, you know, nothing out there?
Okay, well, those fall under two different types of checks. So first off, I'm gonna have you make an investigation, or no. First, I'm gonna have you make
nature.
shoot. You said you were going to check for any signs of a mass exodus.
Yes, that would be investigation. The
That
other
would
one
actually
would
be if you're checking for tracks and stuff like that. That would be a survival roll. So
Oh,
roll
I'll,
survival for me.
survival.
I'll provide her with guidance.
Okay.
Okay, so just survival and then add
1d4.
1d4.
Yeah.
Okay. You roll the d4 or I roll the d4?
Oh, you can roll the d4. Go for it.
Okay. Okay, so there's a d4.
Okay.
Wow, I suck.
So you'll add 1 to your
And-
survival roll.
Here comes survival. So we get a total of 17. Woohoo.
It actually works.
Yay!
You don't have to roll into the 20s to be successful.
You just
Let's
made
I
us.
like to own things. I like to own it.
Anyway, you do actually see a large amount of footprints leading in one particular direction out of town. It does have kind of the same MO as Hickburg. There's, a large amount of footprints leading kind of south towards Hickburg, with a number of footprints flanking either side of the main herd, I guess you could say. Now, you wanted to check the wildlife situation?
Yeah, because if I'm gonna take a wild guess that if there's been a large amount of undead traveling through, that nature is going to have abandoned all hope, ye who entered here.
Okay, then roll a nature check for me.
And I'll provide guidance.
And it doesn't matter because I failed miserably.
Oh, but you might roll a 4, which could bring it up to a 12.
I rolled a natural.
It's a natural one,
dude.
Sean.
Oh, never mind.
There is no guidance that can help me at
Yeah.
this point. So nature has abandoned me.
Yeah, you're finding nothing of any consequence as far as
Okay.
anything in that regard.
Then I'll just relate to everyone that there seems to have been some tracks out of town. I think the shit got weird, but I don't really know what's going on.
Is there any way I can actually double check, like tracks and stuff? I'll give a hand.
Well, you could have assisted her on her roll, but you didn't do that. So,
Oh, I'm thinking about doing my own now.
yeah, go ahead and do a nature check for me really quick.
I'll
Guys,
provide guidance.
okay.
So a 9, roll a d4. Roll big.
That thing went flying.
11. No, unfortunately, you can't really find anything either.
I tried.
Yeah, it's apparently nature is keeping her secrets close to her chest.
See, I just read it like the nature's all fucked up from undead and shit.
Nature is unsettled at this time. Please try again.
Error 404.
Should we head into Ella and check it out, or
Carefully, very carefully.
I guess we could shamble into town. We'll just have cloaks drawn and just try and keep a low profile.
Just
Right.
like travelers. We're just travelers, innocent travelers, moving on through town.
Ooh, maybe there's madness from the sea.
Yeah, no shit,
No,
Beavis.
please no.
Okay,
So many times.
so now that you've noticed
We're
this,
far enough from the sea that we can't even see it, aren't we?
I think this is a coastal town. We're probably seeing
Yeah.
it. I mean, we're not at the dunes or anything like that, but
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I imagine we can.
See, I thought the town we had been in was on the coast and we were headed in, but I see on the map it's a little different. So
Yeah.
I'll shut up now.
Okay, so
The other thing is the head of the arrow, not another dot.
Oh yeah, we're at the dot.
Yeah.
you
The dot.
you kind of make cloak up and make your way into town. You're passed by one or two people dragging, a few carts of fish. Someone's dragging a cart of rolled and dried seaweed. Um, yeah,
Do they greet us, or do they just kind of stare vacantly and shamble forward?
They just kind of keep going. Don't really acknowledge you all that much. The closer you do get to Iella, the road tends to get a little more moist and muddy. So trudging through it gets a little more difficult. And then finally you reach the front gate, which is opening and closing for those coming and going throughout the town. You're greeted by a city guard. His garb is kind of simple, just simple hide armor. What looks like a steel short sword, kind of rusty and worn from the salty air. His cloak is dirty and frayed and torn at the edges, and all his overclothes kind of seem a little ragged and tattered. It doesn't look like the defense budget is very high in Iella. And he just greets you at the gate and says, "State your business."
Passing through on the way to Lickberg.
Very well. Do you have anything you're bringing in?
Just us.
Myself.
Very well. Good luck in the town. Watch yourselves. And he just kind of goes back to standing at attention near the entrance of the gate as it swings open. Just a couple of, just wooden plank gates that just kind of swing inward. And you see inside the town of Iella. The town itself is kind of on the poorer end of the spectrum. It the cobblestones on the road have kind of deteriorated a lot, and now it seems more like it's almost like a large broken slabs of gravel at this point. There hasn't been much upkeep, and the villagers all seem fairly lower class, almost peasantry. They're fairly dirty, covered in mud and muck from their labors. Is
there anything that looks like a tavern nearby?
You do see a number of people kind of milling about, coming in and out of a building further down the road. Right here.
Oh, and it's got like a well and all that too. That's probably it. Yeah. Hey, we noticed that the well in the other place was kind of like gross and compromised and all that. I'm gonna point out the well and say we should go check that out.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay.
Okay.
Let's go check it out.
Burp, 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 burp.
Excuse me.
Okay. As you approach the well, something kind of odd hits your eye.
What's that?
It looks like... Go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say, did something hit me in the eye, or did something caught my eye?
No.
Okay.
Your eye didn't catch something. Something caught your eye.
Oh, okay. I want it back.
Roll for it. As you approach the well, you notice that it has been capped off with a very large lodestone.
Hmm.
The
Like lodestone, like magnetic lodestone?
no, like a kind of like a mill wheel.
Oh, okay.
Um,
Oh,
and it's
okay.
and the barrel on the winch has been cut completely from the rope.
Oh, so we have nothing to be able to fish water up because I was going to say I can try a strength check and try to lift it up.
And the trough we walked past, did it have gross water in it too, or is it
It's
empty? Or
it's actually empty.
okay,
The map
They're
just
not
came with it
drinking anymore.
that way. So, yeah, it's completely empty.
Yeah, they're
can
not
we
drinking.
infer from maybe the I don't know accumulations around this lodestone, or maybe from the scrapes? You know, if it's been kind of washed away with rain or anything like that. Can we infer how long this has been capped like this?
I'll say roll an investigation check with disadvantage.
All right, I'm gonna throw guidance on myself.
I'll assist.
All right, cool. So that brings it to a normal check
A normal straight roll.
of investigation. All right.
Okay.
And then plus a 2, so 28.
28. Okay.
Wait.
This actually looks fairly new. You can actually see they've actually even attempted to use some mortar and plaster to seal it to the well. And due to the plaster, it looks like it's been here maybe for the last 3 or 4 days.
Wow. So I pointed out to the rest of the party.
Shit's not boding well here.
No,
Yeah.
it really isn't.
Where are they getting their water right now? Oh, the river. No, wait, they're not near a river.
No, they're near
I don't think they're drinking anymore.
They're near the sea, so they're either using rainwater or they're drinking ale.
Good point. So yeah, I guess
Or it's very salty.
all your vitamins and minerals in one drink. Are there rain barrels nearby?
You do see actually no, there aren't any.
Okay.
If well, no, you wouldn't know that yet, but yeah, you don't see any rain barrels anywhere nearby,
Okay.
unfortunately.
Okay, good to know. Okay, so they're definitely hit to something going wrong with the water, and maybe they reacted quick enough. And the other well that was back in Hickburg, like there was no sign that they were trying to cap it off or do anything like that.
No.
It was just
Oh.
the weird, gross water.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Should we go check out the tavern?
Sure. I'll go with you.
Yeah.
Wait, is
I'm
this
all
the
for
Yeah,
tavern?
if we're
Visiting
just
tavern.
marching through, there's no reason not to stop and at least pick up information,
Okay.
if not an ale. I don't think I want to eat or drink anything in
Yeah.
this town.
I don't want any
To be
kind of
fair.
festivals from here. That
Oh,
would be bad.
you know what? But I'll actually have some bottled spirits. I'm not gonna. Yeah, I might
Okay.
not drink any of the mead, but anything that they've shipped in, I'll probably drink from here.
So you guys approach the inn or the tavern.
Is this the tavern door right here?
Yes.
All right. Oh, hello, Fireball.
What?
No, as you enter, at the main table, you actually see a number of somewhat important looking people sitting around. A number of papers, scrolls, and books are laid out. One of them, this gentleman here, decked out in what looks like a fancier version of the guard's uniform that you saw earlier,
Mhm.
and carrying a very strong looking sword at his hip. The gentleman at the end here is dressed in somewhat fine robes and cloaks. You'd estimate him as being someone a little more posh.
Okay.
These
Do
two
we-
sitting here appear to be an older gentleman and a somewhat middle-aged looking woman. Both are dressed in very fine clothing. Though the boots and tips of her skirt kind of are
Look, worn.
look worn
Yeah.
and dirty, and like they've been walking through the mud.
Do they
And the
now? Do they react to us stepping in? Like
yes, as
I kind of look at them kind of quizzically, and I look back through the door, and I kind of look, and I kind of crane my head to the side to see if there's like a bar down the way a little bit.
in here it doesn't look like there's actually a bar. This looks more like an inn than a tavern.
Oh, okay, just an
Okay.
inn.
Yeah. Um,
We just walked in.
Do
Yep.
we recognize any of these people as someone we might have seen around?
Do they look familiar?
no, they don't.
We haven't ever seen any of them at the King's or in other travels or whatever. And is there any way? Are any of them obviously spellcasters or whatever?
Not obviously right off the bat, no.
Okay.
But they do kind of acknowledge you as you come in. One sec, I gotta erase something really quick because it's distracting me. This is where I had Joseph's character kind of plugged in, but he's not here, so I have to get rid of him. Okay, so, anyway,
I
you
can't see
guys,
anything anyway, so whatever.
yeah, it's just distracting me. So yeah, anyway, they all kind of acknowledge you as you enter the main entrance hall here, and then kind of go back to their conversation, looking through a number of books and scrolls and papers, and just go back to their business.
I'll say hello. And I mean, they're just sitting there. Might as well greet the people of the town.
Are you going to address anyone in particular, or just the group as a whole?
I'm going to do the group as a whole because
Okay.
do they look a little bit flustered or
Roll a
frustrated?
charisma check for me.
Uh-oh.
Oh dear.
Whoa.
I can't surreptitiously
Can
guidance him.
Can I give him a help on the charisma?
Ooh,
Yeah,
it'd be better for her to do it.
I'll let you give him an assist.
Okay.
I'll need it.
Assisting.
Well, that's about as good as a good roll as you can ask for. Whether you had advantage or disadvantage, it's the best way you could go. Okay,
Yep.
20. Yeah, that'll. I mean, let me just check something really quick.
Oh, come on. If that's not good enough, I don't know what to do.
Well, it's kind of a contested roll
I know.
kind of thing. Well,
I beat it.
yeah. But it's a group check.
What?
Really? Come on.
You said you were addressing the group as a whole, not one particular person. Did you
Okay.
not?
Yes.
This is why I ask these things.
Okay. No. I understand. I got one.
Okay, so, and I forgot to do something very important for these guys' character sheets.
I hate it that he thought of that now, like after the roll. It's
Yeah, I
just
know.
kind of nerve wracking. I don't know about you.
Yeah.
It was. I was like, yes, finally, a good roll.
It's like, oh, and I forgot to do this thing on their character sheets. What thing, Rob? You could wait till tomorrow. It's not urgent.
You have to turn on their necromantic aura as
Right.
they're
Shit.
undead. Yeah.
Oh shit.
Okay, well, you
Sorry,
definitely
Rob.
have their attention.
Yeah.
So, the gentleman here in the armor and the weapons kind of turns to you and approaches He's a human, somewhat older. You can see he's going bald on the top of his head. What hair he has left is
That
is
sound.
is graying. It's gone very gray, and it's pulled back into a ponytail behind his head. But you get the sense that he could hold his own, probably even against you. And he
Oh, dear.
says, "So now that you have their attention, what are you gonna say?"
Well, greetings, everybody. It's pretty dead in town. Why? There's nobody out there. And where's the tavern?
He says, well, first, let me say, welcome to Yella. I'm Haster, captain of the city guard. The tavern is down the road to the right. If you're looking for anything else, please mind your own business. We have important details to discuss here involving some things that have affected us recently. So please.
Is there anything? I am an adventurer with a...
For sure, what was the name of the town that we were
Yella.
just in?
Oh, for
No.
sure. It was Hickburg.
Hickburg.
Yeah.
Things like Hickburg? I said that out loud.
Yeah.
What's that?
Things like Hickburg?
He just kind of narrows his eyes and says, what about Hickburg?
Well, as someone who just barely survived coming through there, there's a lot about Hickburg. Are you aware of it?
I'm going to have you roll a charisma check really quick, Julian.
I'm in the good books. You're on your own. I was going to bring up, I wasn't here really for the last match, so.
I rolled. It's just taking its time.
No worries.
Maybe I rolled. There it is.
And very nice.
Okay.
He is a wizard. He's generally non-threatening.
Well, at the mention of Hickburg, you get the impression that because you are dressed as a wizard and mentioned
But he's
Hickburg,
not. Remember how he looks. Because he actually doesn't travel in robes with a pointy hat. He travels almost looking like a ranger.
Okay.
He just looks like a
He's
standard adventurer
incognito.
in pants and boots.
I
Then,
probably,
Incognito.
I
With
might
a
be
staff.
the closest because I have the staff out.
at
I
the
have my
mention,
staff out. I always do. But
at the mention of Hickburg and the fact that you are still carrying a staff, you do notice his hand kind of go for his sword, but your charm and wit have kind of put him at ease, and he just kind of relaxes a little bit. We heard about things that happened down in Lickburg.
it's more
It
awful than
does.
what you've heard.
So you're familiar with what might be happening here as well.
It's
Well, if you fill it
scary
in,
looking.
maybe we might. If it is the same there as it is here.
He kind of looks over his shoulder and glances at the gentleman up in the corner up here. And the man just kind of, he's older, very gray beard. You can see he actually has a little bit of a shake in his hand.
Maybe
from,
I could,
palsy tremors.
because they're nobles, maybe I could use my nobility. Maybe it's reached here.
We will see. And the old man just kind of takes his time, looks in thought for a moment, and then just nods his head. And then this gentleman, who's introduced himself as Haster, looks at you and says, well, maybe if you're able to prove yourselves, we might be able to take you on and maybe lend us a hand. But until then, we have to keep ourselves kind of ready for anything, you might say.
Well, we do kill giants and dragons for a living.
I stand
Sean,
up.
you keep that shit to yourself, okay?
What I'm wondering is, don't we have orders from the king, or were we supposed to be secretly sneaking up on this?
Well,
I thought we
that's-
were just supposed to be going to find out what's going on.
Well, I think there is kind of a secret component because we don't, because again, we have the circle operating in this country right now, but we do carry signets that are kind of endorsed by the ring, and I think we can actually. I'm actually touching my ear and muttering this kind of so that people can hear it. We are agents, and we can demonstrate that we're here on behalf of King Coldshield.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm gonna try to use some of my nobility
Okay.
to show them that, hey, we're not here to, we're here to help out.
We're not here to turn you all into undead.
We're,
Right?
you know, how like the Dwarven King is a friend of ours and all this stuff.
Okay. Go ahead and roll. Let's make it a persuasion check.
Oh God, why?
It's like,
Now,
oh,
because of your noble background and your papers that you carry, I will
Mhm.
let you do this with advantage. 19. Okay.
I'm just gonna stand in the background and stroke my dragon hide cloak.
Good dragon.
Hey, Rob, is there any chance that any of the other participants at this table is named Beetlejuice?
Nope.
Okay. just check.
Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice. I had to try.
Hester, Beetlejuice.
I had to try.
Candyman, Candyman, Candyman.
Bloody Mary.
Bloody Mary. You know, like if it was Bloody Mary, Candyman, Hester, and Beetlejuice, this would be like the best party ever.
Let's see. This would be an opposed. Okay. Yeah. So, you as you're addressing Haster, you present your papers of nobility and your signet ring and all the things that connect you to House Coldshield, and he brings them over to deliver to this older gentleman across the table. The older gentleman looks over everything, and you know, through kind of trembling lips and a shaking hand, grabs his cane and stands up out of his seat, rather slowly and rickety, but still with a certain level of resolve and purpose, and looks at you as you and your fellow party members, and says, "If it is true that it's Coldshield's house you serve, then it would be our deepest honor to have you join us, and we accept your help with much gratitude and thanks. Please, Haster, explain to the newcomers our precarious situation." And then he very gently and rather awkwardly sits down and somewhat collapses back into his seat.
I'm gonna step over and kind of hold his arm and say, "Allow me to help you, grandfather," as he sits.
He just kind of nods in appreciation and eases back into his chair. And with that, Haster will turn to you guys and say, "Well, all right, so be it. Welcome to Iella, my friends. It would appear your coming is somewhat more fortuitous than we had originally thought. We could
It usually is.
We could definitely use some help."
What we're here for.
Well,
It all started about a week ago. We had a number of villagers who for one reason or another, started coming up missing. We couldn't figure out why or how or what was happening. Then, the strangest thing happened. And there was nothing, by the gods, nothing we could do about it. One day, a couple of robed figures showed up, all in black, totally faceless, shadowed minions or something. They began casting some eldritch incantations, magic, whatever you call it.
Were they Eldritch Knights?
It was at this point that a number of the townspeople just froze up, began walking away as if in one mind, one purpose. Those of us who were able to either resist it or were unable or were unaffected by it for whatever reason, tried to stop them as best we could. But they brought their undead with them.
Oh,
Who's
that,
Those
they?
bastards held us at bay while everyone in the town was herded out. When the coast was clear and the scene was and the intruders were gone, it took us 2 more days to figure out what was wrong. We realized there was something wrong with our drinking water, our wells, our streams, not our streams, our wells, our troughs, everything. The water was tainted. Some sort of alchemical charm placed upon our drinking water. Those who didn't drink from it began collecting rainwater and hoarding it in their houses. Water became such a resource that it became more valuable than gold around here. Since we had been forced to cap off our wells and our... Look, the fact is, things have not been the same since. And you have to understand that whenever we see someone coming through here, any strangers, we have to be a little cautious. Particularly those who look like they're proficient with magic.
Very understandable. And you didn't have the gates closed and guarded before then?
Unfortunately, the guards, 3/4 of my men fell under the spell. Those who were guarding the gate happened to be among those numbers.
Yeah. Where did the people go? Did they go to Lickburg?
Oh no, they went somewhere south down the road towards Hickburg.
Okay.
And when you sent runners to Hickburg, you found that the town had suffered the same fate.
We didn't know. The runners never returned.
Okay. The town has suffered the same fate. All are gone.
Yeah, they're all gone. They suffered it faster than you.
Hickford's done.
Yeah.
That's a shame. We knew many in Hickburg.
How about Lichtenberg? Have you heard from them recently?
We do hear from Lickburg. As far as
How
we know,
often?
it's still running prosperous and strong.
Have you identified your problems to them?
Aye. And as far as we know, they had tried to send help from the king. It looks like you're the result of that.
Well,
Actually, no, because
Essentially.
we were sent to them.
yeah. As far as I remember, nobody has heard from Lickburg.
I wouldn't be surprised if it was Lickburg who said they were the ones who needed help. They've always been a little high and mighty towards us smaller coastal towns.
I don't even care if anybody sees him do it. Julian's going to cast a look at Gabrian.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting that they neglected to tell us you were in trouble.
Yeah.
Well, we fought off giants on the way to the dragon, so let's fight off some undead on the way to the undead.
So we it took us 2 weeks to get here, correct? Or about a week.
About a
Mhm.
week and a half or so, yeah.
It's
So
entirely
all this,
possible that the king heard and sent notice, but I'm concerned about the fact that Lickberg asked for help. He didn't tell us that other towns near them were needing help.
yeah,
And
I mean
as
that.
big enough of a center to have made a power play were
Well,
there to be some secret group in action
and
doing
Maybe
stuff.
maybe
what
Lickberg's already
transpired?
been taken over.
Possibly. Now, what transpired here happened 3 days ago, and what happened in Hickburg transpired about a week ago. Is that about right?
Roughly, yeah.
So all these happened just before or just after we left Belenost. Something else must have been happening prior to this, and that's what got Lickberg
Mhm.
kind of in a tussle. So there's more going on than just townspeople disappearing.
Mhm.
So what if Lickberg, being the center of this conflagration, has been taken over by the bad guys, whoever they might be, and they've been sending false messages and telling these small towns, "Oh, sure, yeah, we're going to send for the king for help," when in fact they were just shining them on, giving them time to take shit over, and they had to step up their schedule because they figured out we were coming because messages were sent ahead by
Could
whoever.
be. And we do have to be mindful because again the circle is looking for us specifically, you know.
Mhm.
So having us go on ahead of time, I mean, hypothetically this could be a trap for us. And Rob, we don't. If this is not the venue to have this discussion, I'll have it away from these people. These people do not need to know about the hammers or
No,
our
no.
particular.
No,
Yeah.
no,
We were
no.
still chatting amongst ourselves with our secret walkie-talkies.
Yeah.
Now, because we're sitting in front of them, they can tell we're talking to each other. So, like I said, I made it pretty clear that I was looking at Gabrion, but I was answering him. Interesting that
That the towns.
they might
Yeah.
ask for some help knowing you needed help.
Yeah.
And Gabrion got my point. You know, if the circle was going to take over a town, would they bother with this tiny ass little thing? Or would they go for Lick?
Well,
So,
this could also be working their way up the food chain too.
Mhm.
You know,
Yeah.
it's the most distant town, next distant town, and then Lickburg might be next. So there also could be a progression here. It's interesting though that the people went south to Hickburg and then disappeared. It's like
Well, you don't know if they went to Hickburg. You just know they went in the direction of Hickburg.
yeah, and if it came up through from there, not down through from Lichtberg, then it makes sense that it had progressed enough that by the time runners from here having a problem ran down, that they were in trouble.
Yep.
So, but I do find it interesting that what we found was a town that looked months out of touch
yeah.
and was a week ago.
So when the faceless robed figures finished their incantation, this is when you all noticed that the water was tainted. Is that correct?
It's when we first began our investigation as to what could have happened, yes.
Was the water tainted before the intruders came?
It's entirely possible. We didn't spot it until we started looking for any kind of reason why this may have happened.
Those of you that survived or were unaffected, had you been drinking from the water?
Well, a lot of us do have personal sources. We don't tend to
Could
trust
you
groundwater, and those who can afford it have their own sources,
Haster, could you take me to your private well?
I personally don't have a private well. I tend to keep my own rainwater, but
So you are using rainwater.
I
And I just kind of go around the table, rainwater, personal stores. Like I'm just kind of go around the table.
yes. You get the sense that these are people who could afford to bring in their own personal purified water sources or had the ways to collect rainwater for themselves.
And they said that the troughs were compromised, but the troughs were sourced from the wells or groundwater, right?
Oh, aye, we're not gonna feed our personal water to the animals.
All right. So we can. It seems like all of the groundwater is what's affected here. Are there any cavern systems or caves nearby? Or is there a common cistern between all the town? Well, that's a bit far, but I just asked them. They know the region better than us. Are there any cavern systems nearby where possibly rainwater is kind of collecting, or maybe any aquifers you know of?
As far as we know, it just collects in the underwater wells.
How were the animals affected?
Did they leave?
Did they die? Like horses and
Animals,
cattle.
for the most part, were unaffected, though when the people left, these strangers took the livestock as well.
Oh,
Oh, okay.
they did.
And the faceless figures themselves was, besides, of course, being faceless, was there anything, any amulets or adornments besides just plain black robes?
When I say faceless, I mean their faces were simply veiled by very deep cloak hoods.
Got it. Okay.
Curious.
And the manner of undead that accompanied them?
Oh, a variety, from weak little skeletons all the way up to those who seemed to think for themselves. It was almost
And we'll describe the whites and actually we might even describe the revenant that we saw too. Are
There's
are
a
they kind of the
revenant
same
looking
spectrum?
for some revenge.
Yeah, and I'm kind of curious because if they had revenants, something else weird is going on. But if it's just skeletons, whites, and zombies, oh my.
oh,
Okay.
As if that's
Aye.
not bad enough.
I recognize what you're talking about. Those things scared us more than anything else.
Mm.
But they did not have revenants, correct?
Oh, aye, they did.
Ooh,
And
okay.
they were under their
Ooh.
control.
Ooh.
They shouldn't be able to control a revenant.
Yeah, that's weird.
The
That
revenant
is kind
should
of
be
weird.
under its own steam looking for revenge. That's what they do.
Can you trick an undead, like a revenant, into believing that it's serving the right cause? That's kind of bizarre.
You can honestly trick.
You can honestly
even,
tell them to do whatever you want them to do.
With the right magic, you could control a vampire if you wanted to. It's all just, it all comes down to just how much power you have.
How many revenants did you see?
Well, considering the amount of fear spreading throughout the city, I personally came across 2 or 3, though there may have been more.
Diabolical.
And of course, I'm just kind of I shudder a little bit, kind of reflecting on how just one kind of like completely like pushed our shit in.
Yeah.
All right. Wow. Okay. As much as I'd like to go hunt down a bunch of necromancers and clean house, this is serious enough to take back to the king, or at least message him back.
I think we need to send him a messenger.
Yeah, we definitely
Yeah.
need to send him a message, and
We
I
just
think,
need to figure out what all else is going on before.
Yeah.
yeah, because I don't think we can abandon these people.
No, but what maybe we should do is maybe hole up here in the inn, get some animal messengers sent to the king,
Yes.
or to his intelligence person,
Gith.
Gith.
Yeah. Yes.
So we'll send some messengers to Githafin and the wardens, and just let them know what we're seeing, what's going on, and that it's actually a lot more serious than just a little undead uprising.
Yes. An addendum to the last message we sent. Oh, and by the way, we're so fucked.
Yep. And again, this is like the perfect way to kind of split up the attention from the front is to have something like this happening in the back where as they're trying to wage war with the South,
Mm-hmm.
you have an undead kind of horde, going on.
Mhm.
So what should we do at this point? Well, I guess I'm going to start making arrangements for us to stay here.
Yeah.
I don't know. Do we want to risk the run to Lichtenberg and back, or fight here and be distracted from getting to Lichtenberg where we were sent?
Well, we were sent to
I'm
this.
being legit. I'm asking you. What do you think?
I think we better investigate here first. First of all, because I need another long rest before my hit points actually fill up. And also, before we hit Lichtberg, I think we better figure out what's going on, because I think we're going to be flat-footed if we just walk into Lichtberg and it's shit's hitting the fan there, and we haven't figured out yet who's the good guy and who's the bad guy.
This would give us a chance to get some animal messengers off and get full rest after sending them too. So I think maybe staying a night or so here, getting some messages off to Gith, and then maybe doing a little bit more investigation, then maybe setting off after the messages are sent to the wardens.
Did we just lose somebody?
I don't know.
Roll count. Who's still here? Sean's here.
Stephanie's here.
Rob's here.
Ruth's here. Uh-oh.
Rob G.
Are we on mute?
I can
We
see
might be
him
down a
talking.
player.
I
Oh.
can see him attempting.
So I'm wondering if he's got us on mute by accident.
It happens. Mute happens.
So for some reason in Skype does selecting our cameras and microphones at random.
Yeah.
Skype is trying to be an AI and failing.
Right.
It thinks it's ALEXA.
Because I'm getting that,
Yeah, I can see the activity. I just am not
Yeah.
hearing him. And it does that occasionally when he's having an issue. So like it's picking up something on his side.
Okay.
Well, bummer. Do we
All
give
right.
it a minute and see if he's back, or what do we want to do?
Yeah, let's
Continue
give it a
on?
little. Let's continue on. Give it a minute.
It's a little,
see what happens.
yeah, I was going to say it's sort of a little early for our mid of the session break, but
Yeah. Oh, he's typing. It could be that it's doing the same thing to him that it is with me.
Yeah.
Switching the mic sources.
mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. All right. He had a bit of a situation and doesn't want to talk right now. So, okay. Oh, you can't talk. Okay.
I'm hearing the typing, so you might have Mike again.
Do you want to take a break really quick, Akale? Until you can talk. See if it wears out. Okay. Then just go ahead and hang out for a bit. I'll have you just listen in for now. There's really nothing major going on as far as roles or anything right now, so I'll just tell you what you need to do, and when you need to do it on an instant by instant basis. Okay. Okay. Acknowledged. All
No
right.
worries.
So, let's see, where were we? You guys were discussing sending some messenger or some animal messengers or something off to Belenost.
Correct.
Yeah. And I'm just trying to decide what we think about. Do we invest the time here before we move on? Or do we move on
I
knowing
think,
that we're basically leaving this poor town to their own, but that it's not where we were sent to go?
well, I think we will definitely want to send a message along. We do need to know what's going on in Lickberg. It sounds like for the time being, the danger has passed. And so we need to let the king know what's up and maybe do some investigation around here. I might do an alchemical test on the water, just to see if there's anything telling about it.
Yeah, you might be able to figure out what kind of whatever they did on it.
Actually, here's a silly question. Can I take the water and use identify on the water?
Yeah, can we identify magic? Can we actually do?
You could if you wanted to, I guess.
Okay, I'll do an alchemical check first. So I'll use my alchemy kit, and then also do a identify spell just in case there's anything to it as well. So here's the alchemist kit. I'll use whatchamacallit, guidance in
Okay.
addition. So alchemy, guidance.
Yeah. That'll do it.
Holy shit!
Nice.
19 plus 12. Wow, where did you get that kind of proficiency with an alchemy kit?
That's weird, because so it's alchemy, it's based on intelligence, it's proficiency, and mods for, I don't know, it might be misconfigured, because I'm just showing alchemist kit 12.
Yeah, because you should be rolling. It's adding your proficiency bonus, not your intelligence.
Yeah, my intelligence is 18. So I should have a 4 plus proficiency 4. Maybe there should be an 8. So maybe knock 4 off of that. Let me fix these, because that just seems kind of odd that, how do I change these? No, I don't want it. I don't know. Bad.
What are you doing? Stop that. I
Stop
know
rolling.
I hit the button, but stop it.
It wants you to own the water.
Because to my knowledge, you should just be rolling your proficiency.
Oh, I see what it is.
Proficiency bonus.
Oh, okay. I see what it is. I see. There's a mod on top of my score. So these, so knock 4 off of that.
Okay, so
That's still a really high
Still
number there.
23.
Yeah.
yeah.
You're still owning it.
So what happens is it got my proficiency modifier twice. It was kind of misentered.
There is definitely a taint or a what's the word, corruption from some sort of magically enhanced alchemical solution or potion within the drinking water.
Okay. I will then take this water and so it's magical in nature, like as if someone made a potion en masse. I'm going to use identify on it to try and get an idea what this is exactly.
Okay. This is basically a greased up version of. Well, first I'll have you roll. Or okay, you're using identify. Okay, so yeah, this is definitely a greased up and enhanced, somewhat modified version of a charm of or a potion of charm, or maybe a potion of suggestion.
Mm-hmm.
Some kind of mind altering magical effect.
Would it grant anyone the ability to kind of control you, or is it kind of tuned to a certain spellcaster, or maybe used in conjunction with another ability?
Now this, I will have you roll an Arcana check with disadvantage.
All right. I am about to make Arcana check. All right, and I'll use guidance on myself as well. So Arcana. Holy shit! Holy shit!
Come on.
Again, as good as you could
Damn,
possibly
Sean.
hope for with disadvantage.
Please
Okay.
don't let any of these people turn. We never roll this well when there's actual undead in the room.
Yeah. So I'm gonna get all the nice rolls out of the way before
Yeah.
combat happens.
As you're
No,
as
because
you're
if we
kind
can
of
do something, then we'll know. So go ahead.
as you're kind of
Darn it.
fiddling with your vials and your testing strips and different powders and things, you do notice that this is kind of, it's not an actual it's not designed to take an actual effect on the person like a normal potion would. It is triggered by an outside source, possibly a specific key phrase or a specific type of customized spell cast.
Oh, so it's kind of like almost like a hypnotic suggestion, like when you hear, frogs in winter or some other kind of keyword, or someone does something.
If as a lower level caster, you wanted to be able to affect a massive amount of people, rather than try to cast one spell on everyone, you would cast one spell that would
on something everyone
on something everyone has a susceptibility to. It's basically to allow one or two, maybe a small amount, maybe a handful of casters, a way to trigger an effect within a massive body of people, without expending extreme amounts of power.
Got it. Okay. And I'm kind of sharing this with Julian and the rest of the party. And is there a way to infer what the actual suggestion was, or
that you don't know?
Okay. I mean, it's obviously, follow the guys in black to your doom, but could it be triggered, or could it be used? Actually, can I infer what the triggering mechanism is?
With that roll, yeah. If it were much lower, I'd have you roll a second roll, but with that roll, yeah, I'll let you do it. It's obviously some kind of minor ritual or specifically customized magical trigger that only the one casting knows the true triggering, or the true triggering formula or effect.
Right.
But yeah, this is definitely customized. It's not something that's entirely common knowledge. So
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. So now we know how everyone got kind of Pied Pipered out of town, and they were not turned into undead. This is a mass suggestion, so they're all still alive somewhere. Well, they were alive when they left.
Kazira is going to observe that the last town we were in where people were spirited away, they were just plain kidnapped and put in cages and carried off by giants. This time we have mass exodus unwillingly because they've been charmed into following the black robed figures to their doom. But it's still taking the manpower out of the town either to come back and decimate the place later or for their own purposes. We never found out what they were being kidnapped to go be slaved to. So either we have the same group who has upped their game to something that works better and is easier in the long run to do because they've got a bunch of people under your thrall, or they ran out of giants to help them. Or it's two completely different groups. But the MO is similar enough that I'm wondering if
No, I
it's the same
think
group.
when you find somebody who's specialized, you recruit them and you utilize them. So when you've got one guy who's good with this thing, then that's who you use here. And when you have this guy who's good at this thing, that's who you use here. I think it's all
Yes.
one attack. I think it's just whatever
Yeah.
they've got for each zone.
It seems like it seems like it's a similar enough MO that someone somewhere wants to take a bunch of people out of the seaside town because it was a seaside town that was being all kidnapped and carried off by giants.
Yeah.
So what in the hell are they doing taking people off of the seaside towns for?
They're on the coast, so you can get in and get out without being
Yeah.
seen.
Get them
Yeah,
over
I
ship.
think that it's. But
But
where
what do
are
they
they
need
that
the
they're coming in
slaves
this way?
for? What are they doing that they need that many warm bodies to do something for them unwillingly?
So we have seen the circle turn people into undead. We've also seen, like my son, as an example of being indoctrinated into it. It's
Mhm.
possible trying to steal people from this country to be used in a later conflict.
Mhm. Yep.
That could be.
Rob, in my time with the Blackguard, had we ever seen this from the Blackguard or from the Acolytes or the Circle?
You are familiar with their policies on,
Mind control?
forced indoctrination, forced inscription, or conscription.
Conscription, yeah.
And you do know that it's a tactic the Blackguard use, particularly with those they see as the more highly talented and those showing the most promise.
But this is just
You've-
wholesale
Yeah,
slavery.
you've never seen anything on this scale from the Blackguard before.
Mhm.
Maybe they just want cannon fodder.
Yeah.
This is something new to you.
And the magic that I was seeing in the tainted water is unfamiliar to me. Like, this doesn't have the a familiarity of another caster I know or a technique or anything like that. This is entirely new.
This is entirely new.
Okay, I'll mention it. This is not familiar to me vis-a-vis Blackguard or Circle, but this is what
Considering
it looks
how
like it's
long
doing.
you've been out of the Blackguard, or in any kind of contact with with that that realm of interaction.
That's true.
This could be something that they came up with, even as recently as a year ago.
Good point.
Or even
yeah.
as distantly as a year ago. You just don't know.
Okay. I'll share my findings with the townspeople. They should be aware, and they at least are smart enough not to be drinking the water. This will also go in our report back to Githafin. What other kind of information? we never found where the people are going. They went south, but then beyond that, we don't know where.
Yes.
Mm-mm. Yeah.
Okay. Um,
And because of the way we came up, it seems logical that if they had drifted that direction, we would have already heard about it before we got to that town, to me anyway.
yeah.
Mhm.
Now, if you were to exfil a whole bunch of people by boat, we could check the coastline to the south of here and see if we can actually see any signs where a large number of boats or dinghies might have been moored or something like that.
We could.
I could even use speak with plant and ask like kelp or anything like that if they had seen boats or something like that too. That's kind of a far stretch, but I think we definitely have a whole bunch of
We need
people.
clues.
Yeah, we have a
Any
whole bunch of
clues?
people missing. We don't know where they went, and I think that part of it is knowing just where they went might be important too.
Yeah. Yeah, because if they're being spirited all the way back to our homeland to be indoctrinated or whatever, cannon fodderified,
Yeah,
that seems like a long stretch. Seems like they would have some sort of bulkhead here where they would take them and indoctrinate them and then set them out again and wind them up and set them off to do whatever nefarious shit they're doing.
yeah.
I mean, that would be the smart thing to do.
Yeah.
And there's a
All
lot
right.
of wilderness. They can do all kinds of shit in the wilderness. We'll never know.
Right.
All right. So I think this might be enough to start with a report back to the town. I'll start getting an animal messenger ready.
Okay. Anybody else doing anything?
Aside from just kind of wandering around trying to get my bearings and see what I see, I don't know until we've got messages sent out and are all gathered back together what we really even want to try.
I'll check in with our nominal hosts and ask if there's a place that would be best for us to stay. Is there an inn of some sort that would be good to negotiate a night of rest?
Well, just across the street, there is a tavern that also has a few extra rooms to spare. Unfortunately, there's only 3 rooms in this building to spare, but across the street they have a couple more. And they have food
Do
and
with
ale.
3 rooms, can't we? Yeah, we want to go where there's food, but
Yeah, let's get food. And don't drink the water.
Um, is there somewhere that you would prefer us to stay? Would you prefer us to be across the street?
Well, I mean, honestly, I'm all for the free market, so wherever the customers want to go, I'm sure whichever owner of that establishment will be more than happy to take their coin.
Okay, they seem to not want us here, so I will thank them and
It's
I'll
not
go-
that they don't want you there, they're just indifferent to where you go.
okay.
All right.
I will go across the street to the tavern and negotiate for some rooms, and I will take my leave and say thank you for your help. Hopefully, we'll have some sort of a plan in the morning, and if you need us, ask for the guests at the inn. We're from the Keep of the Three Hammers, and we'll be across the way.
And did they say anything to the information we gave them about the water? Did they have anything to add to that, or?
Not really.
Okay, cool.
They were just happy for any kind of help as far as figuring out the problem with that.
Got it.
And right there, I think we'll go ahead and take our break.
okay.
I gotta go refill my drink here. And go hit the little boy's room. But yeah, we will come back in about 10 minutes, and then I will see you guys then. So 10
All right,
minutes,
cool.
and see you soon.
Awesome.
Maybe Hickburn was a bad name. Is anybody else hearing some clipping?
A little bit, yeah.
Well, I have a ceiling fan on that's making some noise. I don't know if that's what you're hearing, though.
No, it's like a mic popping or something.
Oh, nope, that's not me. I don't know.
Well,
Ruth's back.
I'm here. Okay. Seriously.
You okay, Ruth?
Oh, yeah, I was just struggling with a thing. Sometimes the manufacturers of a thing don't think about the practicality of the thing.
Yeah.
So sorry about that. I didn't mean to be huffing and puffing in everybody's ears. But I actually have pretty strong hands because of what I do, and the combination of things that I do. And when I can't open a brand new nail polish, there's something wrong. Like, what the hell? But they did like a matte, smooth finish on a bottle lid. And I don't know if if your brain can wrap around that, but that means that with dry hands, you have no hope of opening it.
Yeah.
Because there's not, at least if they're glossy, your fingers will stick to it. So yeah, I'm like, what the anyway. So it's all good. I'm here, and I don't think we won't hear Rob probably for a while yet, right?
Probably,
That's
yeah.
what he was saying. All right, so what has Sean's machinations brought us to? 'Cause I believe that myself and Gazira are going across the road.
Ultimately, I'm pretty sure it's doomed us, but I think
Yeah.
at this point I've just sent a Sparrow or a Jay off to Githapin.
And we haven't heard back from the first messages we sent the day before.
Nope. But I think we also need to send a message to the other town further up that we were actually sent here for and see what we get back.
Do we know anyone there to send a message to?
We need a contact. I don't think we were given one.
I don't remember having one.
Yeah.
Well, damn, that was bad on our part.
Yeah,
Should have
were
said,
just
who
told-
are we talking to?
Yeah. We were just said, told to go and see and do, and I don't recall there being any contact
Anybody
information given.
specific?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't either.
We need forwarding addresses.
That's right. Next time we need to ask for some
Contact names.
contact info.
Yeah, contact names. Very important in the future.
Yep.
But for now, I guess we're on our own. We'll go figure it out later. All right. Suppose we could contact the captain of the guard if anybody here in town knows who they are. One would think someone here should know.
Would hope.
All right. Well, are we securing rooms then?
Yeah, I am anyway. Are
Okay,
you
so
coming with me?
Kazira and I are going to go
Yes.
secure rooms. Gabrion is busy doing his thing.
And
Thargus
Sargus is going to protect the druid while he does his druidy thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it is just the four of us?
Yes.
We brought no one. Yeah, that's who we had from the last town. So okay.
Until one of our allies just randomly shows up in the cavern to save our ass, we are on our own.
Yeah, no Deus ex machina.
Yeah,
I'm never
Deus
sure what
ex
the correct-
machina.
We're on our own. So all right, let's go secure rooms while everybody else is doing their thing.
Okay.
Okay.
And
Now,
what do our provisions look like after we've been on the road?
okay. Well, that's up to you guys.
If we want to get food here, if you're concerned, I could throw a purify food and drink on it.
Oh, I can do. Well, actually, I think only you and Stephanie can, right? Only
Uh,
Kazira and Gabrielle have the hope of being able to do that because I'm
Yeah.
not. Yeah. Okay.
So we'll make sure to do that, just to be 100% sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I still want stuff that they put up in storage like a month ago.
Exactly.
here.
At least.
I'll be doing top shelf drinking.
Yeah.
You know, I do have, the ability to go set a trap or go fishing. So,
Fishing might be good.
if somebody would like to come along with me and watch my back, I will go fishing.
What's funny though is you're going to say, "Hey, let's go fishing," and said, I haven't fished in a long time. And what it will be is me jumping in the water as an octopus and like handing you up stuff from the bottom.
Right.
It's like this is not what I had in mind.
Yeah, that's somehow not the same thing, man.
I don't think that's how it works, but I guess if you really wanted to, then you could have a little confab with the local flora and fauna, and also find us dinner.
okay. It's at this point that you guys begin hearing what can only be described as a cacophony of
Kerfuffle?
blood-curdling screams.
Wait.
Kerfuffle.
Have we haven't even made it into the tavern to secure rooms yet, and we're already getting shit on by things?
Correct.
Yeah, right
Correct.
now you guys have been planning. You haven't actually done anything yet, but 'cause you're
Okay,
still
so we leave the friendly town folk,
and
and in the street we hear cacophony.
Sean, you're getting very, very strong vibes from Gordon. He is sending very nasty and fearful, I guess you could say, signals to your head.
Now, are these like his instincts, or is he seeing something disturbing?
He is seeing something disturbing.
Ooh, what is he saying?
Let me open the door really quick, and I will show you.
Uh-oh.
Um,
Ah! Shut the door! Shut the door! Shut the door!
the streets
Okay.
are flooding
Full of
with
undead.
full of undead. There are a number of dead bodies, already in the street.
Son of a bitch.
What appeared to be some very, very nasty looking buggers with clawed hands and bloody mouths chawing on the bodies, as a couple of what you already recognize as whites are advancing on the tavern, along with a couple of weird things that you haven't seen before. They look almost kind of misty and incorporeal.
I yell, "Bar the door," and I point at the people at the table and I say, "To the back rooms, lock your doors. The undead are here."
Gee, I wonder where we've seen this before.
Right? You cut out.
What was that?
I said, gee, where have we seen this before?
Yeah.
Okay, two things. First of all, Sean, I blame you because Shatterlight. Two, my favorite enemy, Spidey sense, is fucking making my head itch, and my fists.
And her fists.
So, yes.
All right.
At this, everyone just kind of stands up and begins, making their way out. Haster will actually run towards the door.
That's
but
cool.
The other three are beginning to make their way into the back rooms.
You keep cutting out just at the last couple words. Are you pushing
Me?
to talk? Yes.
No,
They're making their way.
they're making their way to the back rooms.
Okay.
Could it be?
Sorry, am I the
mic?
only one that didn't hear to the back rooms?
Yeah, I didn't hear that part.
Okay. All right. I'm making sure I'm not slipping.
Just checking my microphone connection to make sure it's okay.
Yeah, it's clipping you just exactly like if you were using push to talk. And it might just be that we speak with a very Spanish quickness. And so it may just be cutting out. Because...
No, I should be continual.
All right.
I just went over to check my microphone connection, make sure the plug is all the way in. So.
All right. Well, they're heading to the back room.
Are you,
Sean?
I'm going to address Haster. Are you sure you want to come out here?
It's my job to protect this city. If something's there, I have to be a part of it.
Well, but you can also protect from the back room.
Yeah.
Actually, before I send you away, how many of these things that are approaching us are recognizably anyone that you knew from this town? Are we seeing people we passed on our way in? Or are they all clearly already dead?
Let me roll a perception check on his part.
And I can roll one on my part, but I'm just curious before we send him to the back room, whether they're all going to turn in the back room while we're in there because it's happening now because whatever word was said. Because, see, it can be any trigger. So because we got here, whoever it is might have been like, okay, now looks good. And that means that our backs are also not covered.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, he does not recognize anyone.
Okay, so they're not from town, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're not from town, though, because if he doesn't know them, the likelihood is they're not from this little village anyway. Okay.
Well, that's kind of good news, but also that means the guard at the gate is probably already toast.
Yeah. Okay, well.
Really quick, Rob, are there any living souls out there, or is it just bodies and undead?
You do still hear a number of people kind of running past the windows and the doors. They're panicking and kind of running all over the place. But for now, it seems they're preoccupied with either you guys or the bodies they've already felled in the street.
Okay. All right. Well,
all right.
Crap.
So, okay.
Woohoo-de doodle.
Initiative, I guess?
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, let's roll initiative.
All right.
Okay, now we're outside, and I'm still seeing the inside map, so...
Oh, and I still have to clear the old initiative.
Hell, I can't even find me to get me on initiative. What the fuck?
Okay, did it take my roll? It did.
Did you have your character selected when you clicked initiative?
I can't find my character.
You're currently in the inn right now.
I think I'm not. I can't get the damn thing.
Damn it, I'm not going to get as good of a roll.
So I can get there.
See?
There it goes.
I dropped 9 places.
what? Why the? Ugh.
Stephanie, are you trying to roll initiative?
No, I'm still trying to get clicked on my character, but I literally cannot get the. I can't get the map to go where it needs to go so that I can click on me.
If you are, if you in the little toolbar, little floating toolbar on the left side with the arrow, if you click on that and then right-click on the map, you can drag the map. You can click and hold and drag the map to wherever you want it to be. Does that work for you?
Oh, okay. Actually, I think I just managed to get it to.
To do the thing.
Yes, but then I had to close my character sheet in order to do that because, life is fun that way. So now, assuming it stayed clicked, I can do initiative. Initiative.
Boop.
Maybe. Did I go in?
Draglink got
It did.
initiative.
Yeah, it looks like it did.
Oh, God damn. I did not click on. Oh, okay, fine. Draglink and I go on the same, so whatever.
Yeah, well, I lost a 20.
Sorry, I have my mouse is dying and I can't get a new one until after the first of the month, so I'm having mouse troubles and I'm having page troubles and life just sucks.
Mm.
I'm sorry.
So I apologize for the technical difficulties and also the cursing that goes along with that shit.
Where is he? There he is. Okay.
Hey,
Now
Akeo.
I finally got all of them. Are you
If
still
you
with us,
roll it.
Robert?
Uh-oh. Did I lose everyone?
No?
Or did we just lose him?
It's
We
possible
can hear
we
you.
lost him.
He's still in Skype according to Skype.
Okay, well, I'll control him for now, I guess. Holy crap.
Yeah.
Let's see. Click on him, click on initiative, and close him out. Okay, so that's now 6 character sheets I'm running on my screen.
We're beginning to see why Sean was like, nope, y'all are running some.
Yeah.
Shit.
I'm gonna put you all to work.
Okay, so now, let's see. Draglink will go on your turn, Kazira, so you don't need an initiative for her.
Oh, did you miss the part where I was having trouble clicking on my character?
Because I see Draglink, but not you.
Right.
Yeah, she was having trouble getting it to let her click on Kazira,
okay.
and so she was like, "Oh, the hell with it." Then
And then
Draglink's
when
initiative is mine.
Yeah, and when I did click, it was Draglink and not me, and so I didn't know that until I hit initiative, and I'm not doing it again.
Well, do you want me to do it, or would you rather keep the 12?
I'll keep the 12.
Okay. Then let's see. Yeah, I'll just have to remember Draglink is you. Okay, so let's see. I just got to make sure everyone is accounted for here.
I apologize for my technology.
So we got Thargus, we got Kazira, Julian, Gabrian, that guy, those guys, that guy.
That guy, those guys. That's not nerve-wracking.
Okay, so Yeah. Now we have everyone in initiative. Okay, good. And I've got those guys, that guy, that guy, that guy, that guy. Okay. Everything is in order. All right. So, where to begin? Unfortunately, the whites rolled 21, so they're
Yeah, I
going
would have gone
first.
right after them if the system had heard me click on Julianne first.
And you guys are hearing a very definitive pounding on the doors of what sound like metal weapons. Next up is
Undead with weapons?
yes, whites
They're
are
whites.
actually
That is
kind of
fucked
like
up.
They're
they wear-
sentient.
they actually wear armor and wield short swords.
Yeah, they're sentient.
Then
Isn't that fun?
I do not like this, Sam. I am.
Next
Oh.
up is Thargus. Thargus is going to he's going to be the brave one and retreat back to cover the windows in one of the rooms. Or actually, no. He knows that something big is coming through that door. He's going to stand by the door.
Now I'm in sort of a bad spot because I need to be outside to use anything that'll actually kill things.
Now
So-
there is a window right in front of me. If someone wants to push me out of the way, they can probably throw a fireball out of it.
I'll be.
And I actually forgot to put Haster's initiative in there,
Oh yeah, he should go.
which he rolled a 4, so he's at the bottom anyway.
You gotta.
So that's where he'll be. Next up is Thargus is also going to hold his action
Okay.
till something comes through the door. Next up is these guys. What's he gonna do? He is going to continue to gnaw on the body. This guy is going to continue to gnaw on the body. This guy is going to continue to gnaw on the body. This guy is going to make his way towards the doors, or towards the inn. Okay. Next up,
That's why we can't see anything out the window.
what's that?
I thought it was daytime outside.
It is daytime.
Oh.
You should
We just
be able
can't
to
see anything out the window.
You should be able to see some. The only window there is right here.
Oh.
The door is the big things right here,
Oh.
and the door is, at the moment, rather barred and shut.
Is there a window in front of me?
There's a window right here next to the fireplace.
Oh, then what's that thing in front of me? Right here. Is that still
Oh.
wall?
That is a window. It's covered up by your nameplate. That's why I didn't see it.
Yep, sorry.
Let me make sure it's not covered by the dynamic lighting real quick. No, it should be open. You should be able to see out of it.
Okay, yeah, I think we can see out of it.
Okay, good.
So it's just a really bad angle. If you get really close to the window, you can probably see out of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I might I'll ping the map. Can you actually see the map when I ping it?
Yes.
I can.
Okay. So there's some shady looking thing, there's some purple looking thing, the chewy things. That really isn't
Chewy,
helpful, is
chewy
it?
things.
That's not too helpful. And both whites are just outside the door.
Well, they can't be the only whites in town. So we're going to have to get busy. All right. Well, if I can see through the window, here's a question for you. I shoot magic, which manifests itself at the target. But does that mean then that what I actually do is I shoot a bolt of fire that can't go through the window, or does that mean I just need to be able to see my target to manifest the bolt of fire on the target?
No, the window would cause an obstacle.
Yeah.
Can we
Okay.
smash it out real quick?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to break it.
It
All
open.
right. Okay, so whose turn is it? Is it mine?
It is, looks like Kazira, 12.
Yeah, it's Kazira's.
Yeah, it's
Well,
Kazira's turn.
If the window does not open,
It's one of those ones that it has some wooden shutters, but the wooden shutters were open at the time. And then
The
it's just
glass is
it's
not
a single glass pane window. There's no opening or anything.
okay. And the window by the fireplace or whatever that is, it also is just a single pane of glass.
Yeah.
All glass, no opening.
Nope.
Then, how does anyone feel about barricading the door?
Letting the town just eat it.
Well,
I feel like we're gonna have to go outside.
yeah, I'm thinking we're gonna have to go into the breach here. So, I guess I'll get brave and go out the door, right into the whites.
All right.
We're through them.
Let me remove the barricade from the door really quick.
Oh, he put one on it.
Oh, it was already barricaded?
Well, it's from the dynamic lighting.
Oh, okay.
It doesn't allow you to move through an area that's blocked by the dynamic lighting layer.
Oh, I see. Okay.
So.
All right, then I'm standing in the doorway, beating
Okay.
up on the asshole in front of me.
Shit, you're right on top of the asshole.
Yeah,
I'm
she's like
open
right
door
there.
And I'm gonna start whacking up on him.
1 sec. I do have to. Whoops. I do have to change that because you can't occupy the same spot as a bad guy. So.
No, he can't occupy the same spot as a good guy.
And vice versa. Try. I'll say this. I'll put up a sign that says "Change my mind." So. Anyway, you're now face to face with these guys. What do you want to do?
Okay, so I can actually attack two things now.
Yes, you can make 2 attacks.
Okay, and they are smack right in front of me, both of them, yes?
Both of them.
Right now.
So I will dagger the guy in front of me and then dagger the guy to the side.
Okay, so dagger
So
the
that would
first guy.
be hand, offhand, hand, correct?
Hand, offhand.
Hand,
Let's see.
offhand.
Yeah.
You can make 2 attacks with. You can make 2 attacks with your normal weapon or with your main weapon, and then with your fighting style, you can use a bonus action to use your offhand.
Yeah.
Okay. So
dagger.
So dagger, offhand dagger.
Dagger, offhand dagger. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so dagger, and and offhand dagger. So we have
So
suck, not so suck, kind of suck.
the first one misses, the second one hits, and the offhand misses. So roll the
Okay.
15, or roll on the 15 for
Okay,
8 piercing.
I did actually hit the second one, the 15, but the damage showed up underneath the other one, but whatever.
Yeah, I get it.
Okay.
Um,
So a whole 8 piercing damage on first jackass in front of me.
yes.
And I am not retreating because I don't have anything to do. And if I retreat, asshole gets a chance to bite me. So fuck
Yep.
Right, exactly.
Okay, so
So I'm just going to stand smack in the door until A, someone pushes me out of the way, B, pulls me out of the way, or C, asshole bites me. And then I will whack him. because
right.
he's undead and I can do that. I get to whack
Then-
him when he whacks me. Ha 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 ha!
Then
I'm
next up,
dead.
next up is Julian.
Yeah.
Doors
Well,
open, you can hit shit now.
yeah, but I can't use anything with an AoE.
Oh.
So I have to look at what my AoE is to make absolutely sure. This is
I'm
instant
sorry.
and it hits just the target. So, making sure. All right, so the one that's right there, the dagger.
Right there. Firebolt 11 is a miss.
To fucking God.
So yeah, unfortunately, the firebolt goes streaming off into the
Yep.
into the distance.
Somebody else in town can deal with it. I don't live here anyway.
And you still have movement and any bonus actions you might have.
Well, I do have my staff. Do I want to whack him since I'm right here?
Yeah. Thank you so much. Or at least
I think I'm definitely within reach.
Did you move? Oh, wait. Huh? Do you have a second action?
No, apparently not.
Yeah, the casting
no.
a spell is your action, so you have movement. But yeah,
Yep.
unfortunately, you can't do a
Well,
second
so no,
attack.
I'm not moving because I'm not going to incite him into the building if I don't have to.
Okay, well, Kazir is blocking his way in, so.
Yep.
How far can I get past her without inciting a riot? All I can do is step past her,
Yeah, that's fine.
which immediately opens him up to make an attack. So why would I do that?
Yeah,
I'm sort of stuck here.
you would receive an attack of opportunity, but
Yeah.
oh
wait.
Okay, so next up is this thing, and he is going to.
Hey, Gabrion.
Yes.
Simeon Smash. You don't happen to have a gorilla form, do you?
I do, but it is kind of fleshy and prone to energy drain.
Yeah.
Okay, so.
Well, the purple ass nastiness is headed our way, and he can cast, so.
Yep.
He just kind of ripples through this white as though it was nothing.
Right.
And appears right there.
Brr.
And he is going to attack Haster. He is going to attack Haster. Where is his abilities?
He has none. We're safe.
Oh, there they are. Okay. He doesn't necessarily attack, as he just kind of reaches out and begins to appear like he's pulling on something.
Oh, good. Oh, dear.
Yeah,
and
behind
rolls a 6, which.
Oh, good.
Unfortunately.
Oh, no, that says save. That's a bad. Oh, wait, no, that's the attack roll. Wait, this is just, attack and then a DC save. Is that how it works? Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, it has to be an attack. Or wait, if it has an attack, it usually doesn't have a save that goes along with it. No, it's a melee weapon attack. So, yeah, it has to be, it has to hit. So that's a miss. And so next up is Gabrian.
Okay, so maybe not Simeon Smash, but we can hope.
I can either throw a protection from evil on Kazira,
She's closest, and they seem
or
to like to eat her.
I can summon a pack or a waddle or whatever you call a group of cave bears. How many can I summon?
Is it a waddle?
I don't know. Might be. Is it
A clutch?
a clutch?
A cave of cave?
An oodle. An oodle. I think it's an oodle. I could summon 3. So I could summon 4 cave bears, or I could protect Kazira from evil.
Go for the cave bears, dude.
All right, cave bears it is. All right, Rob,
Poor Rob.
I'm going to place 1, 2, 3, and probably a 4th cave bear right there.
Sean, why do you hate me?
It's my class. It's not me.
Blame it on my class, sure.
Let's see.
Hold on, let me drop a cave bear on this real quick. Cave bear. No, not a giant. No, not cave fisher. Cave bear. There we go. Wait, I think I got this. I think I can do this. All right, I've just primed the tubes with cave bear. And if you want to change the icon for the bears.
I got them.
Oh, that works? Okay, cool.
Yeah, I just need the stats for Cave Bear.
I actually have them, so I can use Cave Bear. I can Cave Bear it up in this mess.
Okay, so I will just drop 4 Cave Bears, and you place them where you want them.
Okay, cool.
Let me just make sure that I can give you control here. Sean, save. Okay, so then I'll just.
Oh, if you want to keep control of them and just I can have you move them for me. You don't have to give them control to me. And I actually have a monster sheet that I can roll off of.
No, I actually think I can do this. I just need one more moment. Okay, so now that that's done, delete that, click him, click there, Cave Bear, AC, what are the hit points on those things?
These will spawn with 42 hit points.
42
each.
Out of 42. Save changes, and then copy, paste, paste, paste. Okay, those I believe are all Cave Bears that should be controllable by you.
All right. I cannot control them, but I can ping the map where you could drop them.
Okay. That's weird. You should be able to control them. All right. So where do you want them?
Here, 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 and here. And it's your prerogative if they go on my initiative or if they go on their own initiative.
I'll just have them go on yours, just to save me some headache.
All right, cool.
So their first. Do they start on, or at
they should go on this round?
They should. Pop me the spell. Let me see.
Sure. Gabriel. Summon. That's third level. Conjure animals. 5.
Summon face spirits to take the form of the beast and choose one of the following options for what appear. Your summon creatures are friendly to you and your companions. Roll initiative for the summon creatures as a group. Okay, so yeah, they will have their own initiative. So I will.
All of them,
Yeah, they roll as a group.
like together. Okay.
Yeah.
So now I need to bring up another character sheet onto my thing.
Can you just set them, or I see what you're doing. Okay, cool.
Okay.
That works.
So they rolled.
Perfect. That works for me.
What did they roll? They rolled a 6, so they fall into there. Okay, they roll initiative as a group. Summon creatures as a group, which has its own turns. They obey any verbal commands that you issue to them. No actions required by you. If you don't issue any commands to them, they defend themselves from hostile creatures, but otherwise take no actions.
And in Druidic, I yell to them, "Fuck their shit up." So they have a command.
Okay. All right. So.
Eric Cornelius kicking a.
Yeah, or whatever.
Yeah.
I think that translates in Klingon to kapla.
Yeah.
Okay. So unfortunately, their dex is lower than the other 6.
That's
dude.
cool.
So they go after him.
And I just did my move, and I am done. Sorry about the.
Okay, so now that Sean gave me some love, next up is this black spectral looking dude. He is going to he just kind of materializes through the wall.
Oh crap.
And appears next to Julian.
Oh, nice.
And he is going to lay down a smack.
Mm-hmm.
And rolls a 23.
Of course he did.
So first, I need you to take 22 necrotic damage. And a.
Is this me that I'm on?
Shouldn't Julian have like some sort of like immunity to a necro something?
No,
Julian.
Not Julian. And Jules doesn't either unless I say I cast it before we started.
Oh, dude, I'm so sorry.
A Constitution saving throw.
Minus what, Rob? Sorry, I'm still trying to get my character. There we go.
I just need
it's
a
minus 23.
Minus 22. And a Constitution saving throw.
I hit it. We're just waiting.
And you saved. All right.
How do I do? Minus 22. It took it. All right.
So you saved. Next up are the cave bears.
Oh, God.
Okay, so white number 1 is going to take... where is now my cave bear character sheet? There it is. He is going to... What do these guys have? They have multi-attack. 2 attacks, 1 with bite and 1 with claw. So this guy is going to bite claw. And both hit. And that is 25 damage total. So minus 25 on this white. Then this bear is going to claw bite. 24 and a 17. Both of those hit. And he does 21 points of slashing damage. So 21 points of damage there. Okay, then this cave bear, he is going to...
Yes, my furry little minions, go!
5, 10, 15, 20. He is going to charge up on this ghouly-looking thing.
Ooh,
and
nice.
he is going to claw bite. And this guy has an armor class of 12. So, no, I don't want to minimize the edit token. 18 and 21 both hit. So that's damage for 23 points of damage. Whew. And then this bear is going to whack at this thing.
And it should have advantage because opposite of it is Kazira.
Yes, flanked. So,
I guess
cave
technically this one had advantage too, but didn't need it. Actually, this one would have had advantage too. That's okay. Next time.
Really quick, I just need to check something on this purple dude. That is his character sheet right there.
For what it's worth, these are considered Fey. I don't know if that translates into the ability to hit magical creatures.
Shit. I actually don't know.
I could check.
Fey. Creature type, Fey.
Excuse me.
Okay, that just gives me creatures. Shit, I don't know. It's not saying. Let's see, cave bear. No, that wouldn't tell me anything. Let's check the internet. Of course, I've got so much open here, it's probably going to be slow as fuck. 5e Fey. Category Fey. 5e. This just gives me lists of creatures as well.
So technically, I don't know. I don't think Fey conveys anything.
Yeah.
I would say if this requires a magical weapon to hit, the bear probably can't do it. That would be my interpretation. It's up to you.
Let me see what this last thing says. Fey are magical creatures closely tied to the forces of nature. They dwell in woodland, forest, groves, misty, and some words they are closely tied to the plane of the fairy. Some are also found in the outer planes, particularly abandoned. Yeah, I'm gonna have to say, due to lack of information, I can't really say that they do.
Okay, cool.
So yeah, unfortunately.
But it will grant Kazira advantage on attacks. So yeah.
Well, and even if they do hit with magical, these guys still have resistance to slashing damage. They have slashing damage.
Good to know.
Anyway, so
so if the bear can, its action is going to be to hinder the opponent to give him disadvantage on attacks.
I wish I could get rid of that. Okay, this is taking up real estate. It really is. So cave bear here.
His action's going to be to hinder. If I can find that. What is a hinder
in-
action?
Would it be like grapple or?
It's an action you can take, and it gives disadvantage to attackers. I thought. Hinder action.
Because the types of actions these guys can take are actually rather specific.
Okay, and if you want to rule that, then
yeah, they can either
it might
bite.
just be.
Yeah, they can either bite or claw. They're kind of limited in the types of actions they can take, because they don't have any special attacks or special actions listed here. So
Now, can it grapple?
No, I don't think it can.
Okay.
Unfortunately, it is pretty much limited to just its bite and claw attacks, and it has keen smell. That's pretty much what I'm limiting it to.
Okay.
No bear hugs for cave
Yeah.
bears.
So, he is going to bite and claw.
But at least we'll get some idea that, hey, this isn't actually working. And now let us know that the creature's magical.
This guy's armor class is 12. The bite misses, but the claw hits. So that's 10 damage. Okay, and that is the cave bears.
Woot.
Next up is Haster. He is going to lay into this purplish, ghosty looking thing. And Haster's character sheet is right there. And he can do 2 melee attacks. So he is going to Great sword.
Excuse me, I'm so sorry. Dang.
Of which both appear to have hit.
Nice.
So that is 10 plus 10, 20 points of damage. And this purplish looking thing dissipates in a whirling haze.
Really?
Yes.
So it didn't need much of a hit, it just needed to get hit.
Yeah. Yeah, you get to think
Great.
This guy's kind of a glass cannon. Now we are back to the top of the round. We have the whites. First one is going to move up into the gap here. So I'm just gonna.
Does that provoke an attack of opportunity from the bear?
Yes, but
Cool.
first,
Yay.
I have to get rid of.
Oh,
that guy.
actually, and both bears are adjacent to it, so that might be 2 attacks of opportunity. Woohoo!
Yeah, I'll allow that.
If I'm in the doorway, it had to come through me, which means I can whack it on its way by.
It's a double door. Oh,
Well,
yeah. That's
actually, it was already in your attack range, Kazira. It wasn't moving out of it. It is, however, moving out of these two's attack range.
Oh.
But it's still within. It was in because it
But
was
it's still within my attack range, which means it's not getting an attack of opportunity.
Yeah, it never moved away from your attack range.
Okay. Moving on.
So, the 2 bears get attacks. Bite, claw.
Woot! A crit.
What do we got? Yes, we got 116, which is a hit, 1 crit, a miss, and a hit. So, attack, and attack.
Oh boy.
So, we've got 10, 22 plus 26 is 48 points of damage total. So, as he's moving in, the bears just maul the fuck out of him, and in his forward momentum, this white just collapses in 3 or 4 pieces across the floor at Haster's feet. So he's gone. Now it is Thargus's turn. Or wait. What happened to... Oh, he must have been the white that had the initiative on him. Shit. Okay. So,
22.
yeah, I have to add him into the turn order. Nope. Shit. Okay, start back there. Okay. Add. I'll just do this. White. Initiative. 21. Okay. So, all right. Now it is Thargus's turn. Thargus is going to fill the gap left by the spectral-looking thing. And he is going to whack at this white. Okay, so expand his character sheet out. He is going to, as far as I know, he still has the Frost Brand out. Man. Why is it not letting me scroll all the way down on him? Okay, that's weird. It's only letting me scroll halfway down his character sheet.
His is just weird today for no good reason.
Okay, I'm just gonna close this out and open a fresh one. Because that's just easier. There we go. Frostbrand. And he rolls a 13, which is, I believe, a hit. No, 13 is a miss.
No.
Darn it. Okay, so second attack. He is going to Frostbrand again. And rolls an 11. Frostbrand again. And rolls a 25. Finally, third attack finally came in handy. So he does 3 slashing and 12 cold. So that's 15 altogether. And this white crumbles to the ground. In a bloody, or in a oozy heap, I should say. Next up are the ghouls. This guy is finally starting to take notice and runs up on the bear. Fresh meat. And I've got overlapping now. So he is going to claw the bear.
Barely hit him.
All right, so the bear needs to make a DC 10 Constitution saving throw. Cave bear. Uh, 20 succeeds. Okay. But he still takes 8 points of slashing damage.
And I can't control him, so you'll have to knock the hit points off. All right.
Shit.
Okay. This ghoul is going to come up on this bear and claw. That's a hit.
And it did have advantage.
And that bear, oh, let's see what happens. Well, it's a soft 20, but it's still hit.
Yeah.
So he takes 6 slashing and a Constitution saving throw.
Barely makes it. Barely makes it.
Was that a saving throw or an ability check?
Barely.
Oh, you know what? I was just clicking on the attribute on the character sheet.
Do they Do they have saves?
You know, how do you do a save on an NPC sheet?
It should say below the stats. If they have saves, it'll have saves listed. If they don't, then yeah, you just roll the.
Okay. Then these are just con checks.
Okay.
Yep.
So then he just makes it.
Barely makes it.
Barely makes it. Yeah. Shut
barely.
up. You too, Kazira. God damn it.
I need to teach
You
this
just
spell
took
to
my
her.
playthings away, man.
This guy is going to turn around on the same bear and claw as well.
And again, advantage.
And
It
rolls
doesn't
a
matter.
crit.
Ooh.
So that's a
Not Paddington, no.
10 points of damage.
Oh, save. And
And failed to
that's
save.
a fail.
So this bear is now
Ouch. Sorry.
he is now paralyzed.
Oh.
So
Yeah, don't let that happen to you. If we can all help it, it's bad.
he is now paralyzed.
And really quick, that means if you are paralyzed, you're automatically critted.
Yes.
Okay, crap.
Where's my conditions? Paralyzed, incapacitated. So you're both. It's the same as with the Revenant.
Okay.
And cannot move or speak. Automatically fail strength and dexterity throws. Attackers have advantage, and attacks that hit are made within 5 feet as a crit. So, yes.
Oof. Okay, so
that bear
advantage, and if they hit, it's a crit.
Yes.
Cool.
So that bear is in a very difficult spot right now. Now it's here that I need to bring up something really quick. Where is it? My library. La-di-da. Da-da-di-da. Da-da-da. That's about right. Okay. Sean, anyone standing within the door. Thargus,
That would
Kazira,
be most
Julian.
of us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In fact, even Sean would have a line of sight on this. The front of the door immediately lights the fuck up.
Great.
And let's see. You see what appears to be a small flaming light, or small flaming kind of ember, come out from, it would be your right, coming in towards the door, and then poof.
Ooh.
Ruth, you definitely recognize this as a fireball.
Yeah.
Now I need
rolling damage.
Oh, that's why I'm not in the right layer again. Now I need these two bears
To make
to
deck
roll
saves.
dex saves,
Bear
as well
1,
as this bear.
bear 2, bear 3. Fail, fail, fail.
What am I rolling? I'm
Okay.
sorry.
Dexterity save,
Okay, that's what.
as well as Thargus, Kazira, and Julian. I
17.
think you're just out of it, but Thargus and Kazira
Well, that's
definitely
good, 'cause
need
I
to
only
make
got a
dex
12.
saves.
I should remember. Does the Sword of Frost or give you a bonus on fire saves, or is it the other way around? It protects you against frost.
It protects you against fire.
Fire. Okay.
Yes.
I thought my armor class was better than 15. Oh well, never mind. I got 17 for dex save.
Oh, it automatically hits. It depends upon your save.
Oh, okay.
So I need to do this. Okay, so both bears.
Actually, all three bears failed their
failed.
saves. Yep.
So this guy who was paralyzed is evaporated.
No.
But of course, the ghouls each take half. So this guy is destroyed. This guy is hurt. But still kicking. This guy is hurt, but still kicking. And both of these this cave bear takes 28. This cave bear takes 28. Come on. Ugh. Work with me, not against me here, people. Okay. Minus 28. And you rolled a 17, Kazira. So you take 14
Yes.
points of fire damage. Thargus is going to roll a 19, so he saves and only takes 14. And he also has resistance, so he takes 7.
Okay.
Okay.
And I think Draglink and Gazira go after this shitstorm.
Draglink is mostly underneath the cloak, chittering at me like, "What the fuck are you doing, bitch?"
Seriously, we have to do this again? Didn't we just do this yesterday?
Not really. I don't know why.
Was I not
remember,
clear
you
that I don't
dumbass.
dig this? Yeah, and I'm sure Draglink is having a great time.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, man.
not that I'm trying to make our lives any worse, but the two dudes with black dudes with the swords and stuff, are they in
They're
initiative
still
or not?
out there.
Are they initiative or not?
Yeah.
One
that's
of them
initiative.
was the one who just chucked the fireball.
Logged the fireball at us.
Oh.
They have been holding themselves until the right time.
Rude.
Oh, okay. All right. So they are not in combat.
They are now.
Mm-hmm.
So I need to get them loaded up.
But these must be the figures that they were talking of.
Um,
We should try and take a couple alive.
Yes, because interrogation is fun.
now this guy this guy is the one who threw the fireball. This guy is going to Misty Step. Now, what's the range on Misty Step again?
Excuse me, sorry.
Where is that?
There you go.
Thank you. Range is 30 feet. So, he is going to Misty Step. Come on. Wait, what layer is he in? Oh, that's... Oh, no. Shit. Okay, undo that. Oh my god, this is starting to really get wonky on me.
Oh.
There we go. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. He's going to Misty Step. This guy is going to Misty Step. Okay. Next up is the ghouls. They just went. So, Kazira, you are up.
Okay, ping the nearest bad guy to me, please and thank you.
The nearest bad guy is that one right there.
Yeah, he's out in the yeah.
Okay, so Thargus is on one side of me and Julian is on the other side of me.
I believe so, yes.
Okay. Can I go through Julian's space to get to the bad guy, or is that
You
going to
certainly
incur some sort
can.
of scariness happening?
Yes.
Okay, then the dude back behind me, that's Haster?
Yes.
Okay. All right, I'm going to dagger, dumbass.
Dagger, dagger, dagger.
Oh, and then I have to make my stupid thing behave. Okay. Dagger, and dagger. 2012 and 17.
Dagger hits, dagger misses, offhand dagger hits.
For 16 piercing
So
on
16
that guy.
piercing. Alrighty. Let's see. Anything else you want to do?
I can't do anything else.
Okie doke. Then next up is Julian.
Woot. All right.
Welcome to level 11, guys.
Yeah. All right, so right outside the door, I have nothing alive except for those guys that were casting, or have they both actually come inside? Can I see them
No,
both?
the casters have begun to Misty Step away from combat. You still have this guy, this guy, this guy, and this guy.
Well, I'm actually moving to the doorway, and because no one in my party is between me and them, can you see? I don't even know if it pinged. Can you see it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Is this thing still here, or?
Yes. Oh, it is very much
Yeah,
still there.
y'all
Yeah.
have that one.
Okay, cool.
And I thought I cast Firebolt, by the way, the last time. So just to make sure we're all clear. It's that guy.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And the other guy is 1, 2, yeah. So too far away to feel it. I hit it. We're just waiting.
No worries.
None of us knows. Hey, nice.
24 is a hit. Roll damage.
Yeah, better be. I did. Like I said, my poor computer is like
18 fire damage. Nice. It's still kicking, but
Oh,
God, he
yeah.
is hurt. God, he is hurt. All right.
And I don't have any way to do this because it won't actually let me. I tried and it popped me back to the middle. I'm trying to be the least likely to be completely blocking the door with my skinny ass mage self, but
mhm,
it doesn't really let me position myself that way.
yeah.
So if anybody else wants to leave, like Zargus, you're welcome to.
If you ever want to move your character to a very specific point in the square, hold down the Alt key while you're dragging, and then let go of your mouse and let go of the Alt, and you'll stay in that little spot that you kind of drag to. So you click and hold yourself down while you're doing the Alt.
Okay. So
Yep.
he's at the corner of the, yep, there you go.
Okay. So next up,
It does
is,
change all of my views because he's got the dynamic lighting thing
Yeah.
going on.
Yeah.
So
next up is Gabrian.
I let out this shrill as soon as that thing, like, I'm aware of it being right there and probably focusing on me. I let off a little shrill "ee" and lob a trio of Eldritch Blasts into it. Blam,
Okay.
blam, blam. These are not at advantage. I don't know why it's doing advantage. Oh, it's doing disadvantage. Crap. So it was a 20. It was a 26, a 24, and a 21.
Yeah. All three hit.
All right.
And you get 3 Eldritch Blasts?
So the way it works is Eldritch Blast is the only spell that only cantrip that breaks up
Okay.
into 3 separate attacks.
2 beams at 5th, 3 beams at 11th. Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
But they're not doing 3d10 each. They're only doing 110 each.
Yeah. All right, so that's 10, 19, 23 points of damage
Eee! Pow, 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 pow.
to the black spectral looking thing there.
Yep, and then I'm going to move to
nice, ding.
just over here so that it, if it goes after me, it has to go through some other people.
Okay.
And the only reason I'm not doing protection from evil right now is I'm realizing it's concentration, and I have to wait for the bears to die before I do it.
Yeah. All right, so next up is the spectral looking bad guy. He is going to reach out with his spectral claw, and I can get rid of that guy on me. See if I can clear up some character sheets off of here. Okay, so he is going to reach out and touch someone. Who does he want to touch? Whoops, sorry, didn't mean to grab you, Julian.
Sure, after I got myself all positioned there and everything.
No, that's
Sorry,
that's the
I'm
whites.
totally
I can
teasing
get
you.
rid of. Did I get rid of the wrong character sheet?
Oh,
I did.
oh no.
Damn it.
I'm so sorry,
Okay.
Rob.
No, it's okay. It's okay.
You've only got like 8 or 9 open on your desk.
Okay, so he is going to reach out and go after Julian.
Of course he is.
And rolls a crit.
Of course he did.
So first off, I need you to take 26 points of necrotic damage.
It's being... No, stop that.
And then
Okay,
once you...
all I have to do is click on my red.
Kazira, not Julian. Kazira.
Oh.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
What? I'm how much damage?
26 points of damage. And then I need you to roll a Constitution saving throw. And you save. All right. So
You're
nicely done.
Next up is Haster. Haster, like the brave soul he is going to charge between Kazira and Thargus and run up on this ghoul. And he is going to great sword. and misses with the first, hits with the second, and deals 7 slashing. He opens a big gaping wound across this thing's chest. It looks like he almost cut it in half lengthwise, but it's still gibbering and salivating all over the place. Next up is Thargus. Thargus is going to come to Kazira's aid and get right in there, and he is going to Frostbrand, and let's see, 21, 16, and 19. I believe all of those hit. Yes, all 3 hit. So Frostbrand 1, Frostbrand 2, Frostbrand 3. Come on. So, that's 1, 14, 15, 16, 27, 31, 44 points altogether. His sword definitely strikes clean and true, but this monster is still up and kicking. Next up are the ghouls. This ghoul is going to attack Haster, and he is going to reach out with his claws, and that is going to be a hit. And Constitution saving throw on the part of Haster. And that is a success. So Haster is okay. This ghoul is also going to charge up on Haster. And he is going to claw. 12 is a miss. And there. I knew I still had one ghoul laying around here somewhere. He is going to come up on Haster. And whoops. No, that's not what I wanted to do. Ghoul, claw. And that is a miss. Alright. So that is all of the ghouls, I believe. Next up are the cultists.
Really quick, the bears are out of initiative. I think he killed one of the initiative bears.
Oh, all 3? Oops.
Oh,
okay. Well, that's
shit.
fine. I'll eat that.
Okay.
I don't mind. Sorry.
Do you remember what initiative the bears were?
They had 6. They went right after the Black Spectre.
Okay. So I will do this.
If you want to move them, like they could maybe move them to 18 and then they go on 18 next round, or I don't know.
Well, here's I just put them in and just change the number. And then I can move them right there. Okay. So, now these guys are going to 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Misty Step and Misty Step. Okay. Next up
Hey, crumba.
is Kazira. Oi.
Okay. I need to do a memory check. The last big bad that we went after that sucked a bunch, and we did the frost thing with. Did lightning hurt it, or did it not hurt it?
Lightning hurt it, yeah.
Okay.
Oh shit! That just made me realize. I gotta go back and double check something. Okay, that's force damage. Okay.
Yeah, my
Alright.
my attacks are force damage.
All right. I just had to make sure.
Okay. Okay. So I'm reading. Hang on, sorry. Is this thing with the thing? The fuck? Where do I find if it's concentration or not? Why am I not smarter than the page?
If you'll have a little C next to it, but I could also tell you from the spell. Which spell is it?
Bolt.
Witch bolt? I don't think it. I think it is.
Yeah, Witch Bolt is a concentration.
So if I do dagger, witch bolt, then I have to keep witch bolt however long until either knocks me out or something, right? But it counts as an attack.
It takes up your attacks.
It takes up all of the attacks.
It takes up all your attacks. It's the only action you could do.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
But going forward, as long as you can maintain your concentration, which means not getting damaged too badly,
Right.
you can make that free D12 attack every round.
Okay. All right then. So I have damaged, and I'm not sure that. Fuck it. I'm just gonna witch bolt him. The
Okay.
same guy I've been attacking.
Witch Bolt.
Oops. Did I do it right? Oh.
25 is a hit.
It looks like you did.
Roll the damage.
Okay. Oh, for fuck's sake.
For 1 damage.
Story of my life today.
Am I doing that?
It's like the system's giving me
Yeah,
back
you rolled a D12
Okay.
and you rolled a 1.
Okay.
But next round, as long as you don't take a lot of damage, you can do
I
that
can
attack again.
Hitting damage for however many times.
But you don't have to roll to hit. You just automatically do damage. So you
Yeah.
essentially tag them, and they just keep getting struck by lightning, pretty much.
Okay. Works for me.
Let's see. So, next up is Julian.
Me? Yep.
You.
Sorry, I didn't mean to make that sound like I was warming up to sing. I just. All right. So, all right. I have 25 feet of movement. So that's 5, 10, 15, 20. And then I have to. Interestingly, because I picked a corner last time. All right, Sean. How do I rotate my character again?
You click on your character, and you'll see a little
Cogwheel?
line. You'll see a little line and a circle on it. If you grab the circle and drag, that's how you turn your character.
Oh,
It
it's
looks
not
like a
in-
little tail that comes off of the box.
The back of
Around
your
your
character.
Yeah.
Oh, I see it. Da-da-da. So, for some reason, the resolution I'm at, because we're so spread out, I can't actually see it on the background. I do see it now, but I wasn't seeing
the
it there.
background of the road, the texture of the road makes it really hard to see the box.
Okay, who's standing in the middle of all of that?
That's Haster. He's literally surrounded by bad guys.
Oh shit. He's limiting my groove here. All right, so well, no, anything that I do has an AoE. So anything that I do that has really great damage has an AoE, and I don't feel like killing. All right, so is it pinging? There you go.
Rated mature.
That was perfect timing. 18 is a hit. Roll damage on
I
Firebolt.
hit it. There you go.
19. So this guy gets.
He has to be down by now.
He is most definitively down. You send a firebolt, literally just cracking right through the back of his skull, and the front of his face just disappears all over Haster's chest.
Ew.
The next time I'm able, I'm gonna have to pick up an extra action from one of my abilities. I thought that one of my characters had it, but it might be when we had the fantasy that he was a warrior for a short period of time.
Yeah. Next up is Gabrian.
Okay, so the big scary thing is witch bolted, and I think it's bloodied, right?
It's fairly bloodied. You're pretty sure.
Okay, then I'm going to. So yeah, I'm 11. So the bears will go after me. I'm gonna step out here, and I'm going to. I'm gonna put 2 Eldritch Blasts into the guy closest to me, and 1 Eldritch Blast in the guy furthest away.
Okay, so roll the first 2.
All right, so spells. 1 and 2.
19 is a hit. 20 is a hit. Roll damage on those.
15.
So that's 15. That most assuredly drops him like a bad habit.
And then the furthest guy is a 23
That's a hit.
for 6 points of damage.
Okay, you get the idea. This is the first damage this guy has taken, so he's still pretty fresh.
And then I'm going to move Gordon to track the cultists if he can do it. Can Gordon essentially use a stealth check to try and surreptitiously follow them, or at least not get their attention and get like blown out of the sky?
Yeah, he could try. Roll stealth.
All right.
Or roll Gordon's stealth, I should say.
This is Gordon's stealth, which is Dex. And this would not be at advantage. This is just normal. So you got an 18.
Yeah. 18. Okay, good to know. And then that was the first guy. Second guy. Nope, that's dexterity. I want wisdom. Okay. All right, good to know. All right, so next up is the Wraith. Kazira, I need you to roll an attack of opportunity really quick because he is floating through the wall and
I
closing
can't.
in on Julian.
I'm concentrating on Witch Bolt.
Well, you can still use reactions and actions while concentrating. You can't do anything else that requires concentration.
Oh, okay. So just one
single
dagger?
attack with a dagger, yeah.
Ooh, nice.
20 is a hit. All right. And roll
And
damage.
I give him 5 piercing as he floats by me.
Okay, so -5 piercing for him. Which I believe he's not resistant to. Oh, he is resistant to piercing damage. So he takes 3 instead.
Dickhead.
Okay, so and he is going to reach out with his claw and life attack Julian and rolls a natural 20.
God.
I'm
Wow.
telling you,
So-
it's like murder out here.
Right. Julian, oh fuck.
Yeah.
I feel so bad right now.
Yeah.
Rob, did you kill a character?
Yeah, he did.
Julian, you take 56 points of necrotic
Holy
damage.
Holy!
Yeah, he's got 5 hit points left.
you take 56 points of necrotic, and I need you to roll a Constitution saving throw.
Holy frick nuggets.
Constitution save against what?
Just a Constitution
It
saving
doesn't
throw
matter.
really quick.
It'll be like a 10. Oh,
You
14.
just made it right on the money. You needed a 14. So yeah, you save, but yeah, the Wraith, their life drain ability, it causes 4d8. 48 doubled because of the crit.
Mm-hmm.
And he rolled really well. Or it does 4d8 initially, and then the crit doubles it.
All right,
So
I have...
Oh, crap baskets.
Yeah, and he rolled 2 8s and a 7 as 3 of his numbers on that roll. So
Yeah, and I never remembered, so I'm going to do it now, and I'll have it for
alright,
next time.
so next up are the Cave Bears.
How fast do the cave bears go? They
Cave
have
Bears have
a
speed of 40.
Oh, I point at the cultists, and in Druidic I say, "Go wreck their shit," and point at the cultists running down the street.
Okay, so 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. Well, they'll be right next to each other. Okay, so they're moving.
And essentially double moves until they can catch up with them.
Okay. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. And then there.
Oh, and the other bear.
And the other bear as well?
Yeah, I can't see him. He's inside the doorway, but yeah, same deal.
25, 30, 35, 40. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. All right. Okay, so next up is Haster. He is going to Great Sword, the last remaining ghoul, and rolls a natural 1 and an 11. So
No.
Haster not having a very good turn this turn, but he is not going to run. That is not his style. Next up are the cultists. Now, another fireball springs to life, and I need the bears to roll dexterity saves. Natural 1, 7, and a 9. So the bears are going to take 29 points of fire damage each. So delete this guy. This bear is done for. This bear is done for. And this bear luckily had no damage taken, but he is a hurting unit. So that's 2 bears down, 1 still standing. Next up is Thargus. And I just skipped him over. But anyway, he is going to 5, 10, 15, 20. He is going to attack this thing. Thargus with Frostbrand, Frostbrand, and 10 is a miss, 16 is a hit, and a 28. So, yes, so 2 hit, so 1 and 2, and it takes 8, 10, 18, 23 points of damage altogether, minus 23, and with a screech and a howl of what can only be described as the horns of hell themselves, this thing writhes and curls and vanishes in a puff of eldritch smoke. Okay. Next up is Kazira.
And apparently my guy has withered away to nothing.
Yep.
With no help from me, bastard. Is there anything left to attack?
There is this ghoul right here and a couple of retreating cultists all the way down here.
Okay, sorry, I have to resize the page so that I can see it because it's up in my ass. Okay.
What the heck is that, Sean?
That's Druidic. I found a
Wow.
translator.
Okay.
Does that fuck up their shit?
Go wreck their shit.
Go wreck their shit. Okay, right here. Okay. Oh, see, now it's not letting me.
Right there.
Okay. I'm going, I apparently cannot move myself. That's like, what, 15 feet from me?
Should be able to control it. Well, what are you trying to do?
I am trying to go to that thing and whack on it.
Well, let's do that then.
Okay. Because really, at this point, that's really all I've got left is whacking on it.
So, Daga.
2 hits.
24 is a hit, 11 is a miss, 20 is a hit. So 5 and
For
10, 15.
piercing.
Okay, he is still kicking.
Just as a quick aside, I did the Druidic to English and English to Druidic and back again. It came back after round robin. Go down the fur.
Gotta love Google Translate. Next up is Julian.
Mm-hmm. Well, got just the one, right?
Yourself.
Did you see me ping?
The
I mean, there's
undead
only
thing?
the one guy out here that I can see.
Yeah.
So it's kind of clear what I'm going to do. But... Excuse me, God.
16
I'm
is a
so
hit.
sorry to be coughing, guys. Nice.
For 25 fire. Wow. Don't get that much out of a firebolt usually. Damn. All right, so minus 25 means this guy.
Well, we have like 8 minutes.
This guy goes up in a flaming burst as his chest explodes.
Sorry, honey. I just.
And next is Gabrian. And then once we get through Haster, we'll be at the top of the round, and we'll probably go ahead and call it there for this session.
Eat.
So
Okay. All right. So I issue a command to the remaining bear. And then, oh, what is the range on Dome of Ice? I should know this. Wall of Ice, Wall of Ice. Hold on. I'm thinking about Wall of Ice. Where are you spelled? There we are. Here we go. Oh, you know what though? But they have Misty Step. They can actually step out of this crap. Are we chasing down the cultists?
We wanted someone left alive to interrogate, but I don't know at this point if we're going to manage it.
Okay. Assuming that we can get, yeah, I'm going to kind of chase after. This will only be a 30-foot move. So I am going to move to about here. And then I am going to, I'm going to put 2 Eldritch Blasts into the top one and 1 Eldritch Blast into the bottom one. Just kind of soften them up a little bit.
Okay.
Blam, blam, and blam.
So let me slide on over there. Armor class. The first one hits, the other 2 miss.
All right, so the top guy takes 8 points of force damage.
Okay. So. Okay.
And then in Druidic, I said, what was that? So that translates after it's hold them down so I can kick them, but after a few translations, it's keep them down until I get them kicked. Awesome.
Either way, it honestly works just the same.
The bear will get it. The bear understands.
Okay, so next up is this guy is done. Cave Bear. So he is going to go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. And then double move. But he can't attack now at this point. And then
Did he charge before he got there, or
it used up his action to double move?
Okay.
So,
All right, cool.
Next up is Haster, which he is going to he needs to make sure that everyone inside is okay, so he's going to disappear into the building. And that will bring us to Thargus at the top of the round. So we will stop here for the night, or for the session. Let's see. Whew. My brain is a Slurpee right now. So if my calendar will come up here. Oh, my calendar isn't coming up. There we go. So the next session will be in May, the 12th, I believe.
That far out? Yeah, it looks
That's
like
Mother's Day.
That is Mother's Day?
It is
Yep.
Mother's Day.
Okay.
Cinco
So
de
the
Mayo
19th?
is the first Saturday. Mother's Day or Sunday. The second Sunday with Cinco de Mayo and Sean's birthday, and then
Yeah.
Mother's Day, and the 19th is the first non-holiday Sunday.
Okay, so let's shoot for the 19th then.
Okay.
All right.
That'll give us a chance to, or give Joseph a chance to get all, everything squared away on his end, and it'll give me a chance to figure out where the heck I'm gonna go from here. Because I have to be honest, this whole township thing was a total sidetrack for me. So I'm pretty much winging a lot of it, just riding around it as we go. But anyway, it is turning out to be incredibly fun, incredibly adventurous, and it is very much adding to the story that I had never seen in a way before. So, thank you very much, everybody.
Thank you.
I
you, everyone.
will see you all on the
19th.
19th. That's
2
right.
weeks.
19th. 3 weeks.
3 weeks. Yes.
Cool.
Yes.
3 weeks.
Awesome.
Yeah, 19th. So 3 weeks from now.
Times.
And I will see you all on the 19th. Thank you very much, guys. Good job today.
Thank you.
Thank you, everybody.
Take care.
Gotta fix this random number generator thing.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
thanks. Bye.
Bye, guys.